Well, I mean, it's not PE class. Did you win or lose?
Yeah, exactly.
No, the Saints are going to play hard. I think they're going to be competitive, but I'd rather win ugly than all of a sudden. I was entertained and we lost. No, you have to win. And the Saints not doing enough to come away with a win. And you look 26-21. We've played like almost 80 times, like 78 times. And half of the games have been decided by touchdown or less in the history of 49ers and Saints, and it was 26-21. You look at it now, they've won 50 times, we've won 27, and, two ties. So, the 49ers, you have to say they've had our number. It's just the way it is. You can't say, we're going to beat them without Brock Purdy. They were 0-3 without Brock Purdy. Now they're 1-3.
Like you would say, not so fast.
Yeah,
now.
Not so fast. I thought we had a great chance to make them 0-4. Without Brock Purdy starting to go in the game, but obviously that did not happen. The one thing that did happen, and I thought would occur, is that both Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey would get off because they've always gotten off in these games. If you look at it, and this is not an opinion, I said this in the pregame, there was only 2 of 4 active players with a career average of 100-plus scrimmage yards per game, and that's their career. It was Alvin Kamara, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, and Jonathan Taylor. Well, you look today, McCaffrey on 19 touches. I think they want to be around that 20 mark. He had 107 total yards from scrimmage. He came into the game in 10 career games now. Guess what he is against the Saints? Right around 100 yards. Coming in, he was 95.3, 95 and a half, you could say. Today, he ended up having 107. Now, Kamara, I think on the fumble, trying to do a little too much. If he could live to fight another day, you can't expose that ball like that. You got a guy like Fred Warner, who is a ball hog. That didn't surprise me. He's all pro, kind of like DeMario Davis. He ended up having 11 total tackles, 7 unassisted, a tackle for loss, pass defended, a forced fumble, and he recovered that fumble when that occurred. But looking at Kamara, this is what I think needed to be the case. We talked to Coach Moore and then the coaches show and all that. And Alvin cannot have a game where he's not touching the ball at least 20 times.
Right.
First game, he had 13 touches, 57 yards, total yards from scrimmage. Today, if you look at it, 27 touches, 121 total yards from scrimmage. I think that's the formula for the offense to help out Spencer Rattler when that occurs. Now, you look at Mac Jones. I don't know. We made Mac Jones, I'm not saying all-pro, but we made him look like a legit starter considering, when all was said and done, he had a quarterback rating of 113. But we didn't take no interceptions. He had 3 touchdowns, but no picks. He was on pace to have a 300-yard gain. He ended up having 279. But Mac Jones' 3 touchdowns and 0 interception performance was just the 3rd time he's done that in his career, and the first time since Week 16 of his rookie season of 2021.
Ouch.
With the Patriots when they beat the Jaguars like 50-10. So this one, your normal, there's no way 49ers fans can say, we had confidence in Mac Jones that he was going to bring us to victory. No. We did not discourage him for not playing with a lot of confidence. Now, looking from a defensive perspective, back-to-back games, Carl Granderson showed up. Not so much on the stat line with Cam Jordan. Cam Jordan ended up having 1 tackle. That's why we need Chase Young to be more disruptive. I thought at times, when you look at Mac Jones, way too much time to throw. We were not affecting him enough. Now, we ended up with 3 sacks. Chris Rump came up with a nice sack. He had a quarterback hurry, tackle for loss. He also had the forced fumble that was recovered by DeMario Davis. And DeMario Davis, that didn't surprise me. He led the team in tackles with 11. He was tied and assisted with Sanker, the rookie. They both had 5. But I would say who really stood out on the defensive side would be Carl Granderson,
Grandy man,
and Chris Rump, who's familiar with Brandon Staley's scheme. So that was a good sign. The one I thought didn't show up and got picked on, and they were familiar with him, was Isaac Yadam. He was on their team last year, so they were going after him. They weren't going away from Isaac. And Alante Taylor. I thought it'd be more Kool-Aid, but no, it was not Kool-Aid. He had that one hands to the face penalty. I think we'd have had a 3-and-out at the beginning of the second half. But yeah, I thought that Alante Taylor definitely has to play a lot better. And Isaac Yates, I don't know. He's going to be like week to week, I think, if he is the future. That's why we drafted Riley from Louisville to maybe end up being the guy there. Now, looking at overall what occurred, the same song and dance, not good. It was just like preseason. Third down. We got to be more consistent. We got to get off the field. Coach Moore said that on third down.
You told me at halftime, same old Saints.
Yeah, a team can't be over 50% converting on third down. They were 8 of 15, 53%. And one time we were 0 for, Steve. I know on third down we were not good at the beginning.
It took forever, right?
Yeah. We were all of a sudden 0 for 4 on third down to start the game, and then we got a little better, but 4-11, 36%, no, that's not winning football. We need to flip that. Again, I might be saying the same song and dance every week, but no, we need to be hovering around high 40s or low 50s as far as third down conversions, and if you're a top defense, you're holding your opponent to 30-some%. Well, that's the one thing, how you controlling the ebb and flow of the game.
At least we were 3 for 3 in the red zone.
No, exactly. We were good in the red zone.
Goodness.
That's one thing Spencer Rattler has not been in practice or anything. When we get in the red zone, you can't be selling for field goals. We were 3 for 3. But then we need to force field goals defensively.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you got to take away the football, but you can't let them go 2 for 2 in the red zone. We have to be able to force field goals. I thought great balance as far as the play calling by Kellen Moore. We ended up having 30 rushing attempts, average 4.1, and we threw 35 passes. I think that's about right. We don't want Spencer Rattler throwing it over 35 times or 40 times a game. So that was good balance there. Net punting average, how you trying to flip the field? With Kroger, not so good. 37.5. You might say, well, Bobby, what do you want? 42.5. That's 5 yards different, but that is major. Morstead was 37.5, so that was a wash. So 37.5, the same, but that was not good. For us to win, we got to be more opportunistic. Again, like the last game, to kick off the season against the Cardinals, did we win the turnover margin? No. We didn't lose it, but we didn't win it. We got to be like +1. We got to take it away and we got to protect it. So let's say like when Kamara fumbled. So we got to get 2 back. Whether it's an interception or fumble, so we +1 instead of even. We need all the help we can get right now to try and win a game. I think Spencer Rattler's fighting his behind off. You can look at his effort on his runs, moving the 6 and all, but that was really frustrating. Now, we got better. I don't know what the coach told him at halftime, but situational penalties. Now, I always tell you, 9 penalties or more or 100 yards. No, it's like giving up a touchdown. Well, what did we have in the first half? Then we have like 5 penalties. I think we ended up with 7 for 45 yards. So that was a terrible first half.
Correct.
As far as penalties. So that wasn't good. And for us to have a chance, come on, Blake Groupie. I mean, I have never seen. He was unbelievable in training camp, but you have to do it when the games count. That was a 40-yard field goal. And you think about how all those points matter, that if he makes that field goal, I don't know how the game's going to turn out, but let's say the game would have been 26-24, then we only need a field goal at the end to win. And you have a chance to have the game-winning kick instead of having to go score a touchdown. So all those things come into play when all's said and done. And I thought in the return game, looking at Rashid Shaheed, this is winning football anytime you're returning at double digits. He had 11.5-yard average. He had that long gain of 19 in a punt return. Kendrick Miller. And now I know we didn't just draft him this high just to be a kick returner. Now he only averaged 1.6 yard a carry. Now he had 5 attempts, but no, Alvin Kamara averaged 4.8. So we need to have Kendrick Miller around that area. But he had that one good kick return. I thought 34 yards. That was nice. But in the return game, I think we had good production there when you look at as far as field position. But again, I think we might be saying this a lot. So close with so far. 26-21. I think they're playing hard, but you don't get brownie points.
Right.
Yeah, you don't get participation trophy. I mean, a loss is a loss. Now the Saints are 0-2.
Congratulations, you played hard.
Yeah, no, and it's not going to get easier. It's going to be a monumental upset. I'm telling you, if we go to Seattle and win, it's going to be a hostile environment. And I know the 49ers came up with a win, and they were in a dogfight. So I think we can be in a dogfight against Seattle. Hopefully that's the case. But I would be surprised if we win. Same thing at Buffalo. Come on. We're going against the Bills, so that's why I thought we had to win one of these games. That'd be the the Cardinals or the 49ers. Now, with that being said, I thought we'd beat the beat the Cardinals and I beat the 49ers, and the 49ers are all banged up. I thought, well, we can be 1-1 because we were playing them at the right time to come away with a victory. And obviously that was not the case. And, what's bugging me is like, look, I'm a capitalist. If you pay your hard-earned money and you want to sell your tickets, If the Saints are winning, people aren't selling their tickets. But
this was disgusting, Bobby.
Well, we used to play the 49ers and Joe Montana. They were winning Super Bowls and all that. They wasn't no damn 49er fans like that because all the Saints fans wanted to be in that number. It was like a sea of red.
But the Saints are on offense. You're hearing defense chants.
Well, especially in the red zone. I'm hearing defense. Now,
BS.
The 49ers, we're in the red zone. And the 49er fans are chanting that. It kind of reminded me of the Lions game when there was all that all blue. Then we played Detroit, but Detroit finally was winning.
Honolulu blue everywhere.
Well, but that was fans coming down from Michigan. All them damn fans ain't coming from California. No. The thing is, if you're from Louisiana, how can you cheer for the 49ers? Now, is your uncle, your grandma from California? Or what, were you on that bandwagon because of Joe Montana? I mean, I would tell you, I like the Steelers because they used to win. My grandpa told me, about the Steelers. Or it could be the Cowgirls. They ain't won in over a quarter of a century. So, I don't know. If you're from Texas, you could cheer for Dallas. But to me, if you're in the Gulf Coast, Gulf South, the Saints should be a priority. And it was not really a home game. It was almost like we were playing in a neutral site. When you really think about it. You know how when you have a kickoff game in college, they're playing in Dallas. It might be LSU against Oregon or whatever. Then that's what it's kind of like the atmosphere. But, hey, how you change that? You win games and everybody wants to be in that number. But when you say, who sold their tickets, that lower bowl behind the 49ers bench, that was all red.
Sea of red.
Yeah, sea of red.